All right, so I don't usually make videos like this where I'm talking about other content creators, pretty much just because I don't really give a shit, okay? Especially leftist content creators. You didn't see me make a video about Hasan buying some fancy new house or the latest, out of context clip that has everybody roasting Vaush. I don't usually care about these drama, clickbaity focused things, but this story I thought was too hilarious to not talk about, okay? So both of these guys, Hasan Piker and Vaush, I don't need to introduce these guys. I'm sure everybody who watches my videos knows who these people are. They're both very prominent streamers. Hasan is probably the biggest leftist streamer in the world, and Vaush is not too far behind him, so you guys know who they are. And basically, both of them were banned from Twitch for basically saying the worst racial slur known to mankind, okay? The most offensive thing that anyone can say in the United States, and that is cracker, okay? They both got banned for fucking saying cracker. All right, so I got a breakdown here from Vice News. Let's just go ahead and get into some of the details, and then I'll give you guys my 2 cents on all of this. So again, here from Vice, Hasan Piker banned from Twitch for saying cracker. The left-wing Twitch star has been temporarily banned for Twitch following a discussion where he used the word some believed to be an anti-white slur. An anti-white slur. Now, first of all, I'm sure that technically cracker does count under the definition of the word slur, but if that's what you're going to be focusing on, you're completely missing the point, okay? So let's just go ahead and read some of the details. So they say there's an out-of-control amount of racism on Twitch, but they finally banned the most egregious of its perpetrators. Hasan Piker, left-wing streamer, says that he was banned from Twitch for using the anti-white term cracker. So basically, the actual racism that they were talking about there, which has been a serious problem, even just in recent history, okay? This is a Business Insider article just from August of this year. Black Twitch streamers are leading a boycott of the platform amid waves of racist harassment, while many top creators stay silent. And they said, since May, black streamers have been attacked by hate raids on Twitch, and streamers say Twitch has done little to combat the hate raids, and in response, the hashtag #TwitchDoBetter spread on Twitter, and a boycott is planned. So black creators on Twitch literally having to do a boycott to get Twitch's attention to address some of the actual racism and hatred that they were facing on the platform. And instead of seriously addressing this immediately when it became known to be a problem, they are choosing to focus on completely unserious problems like Hasan Piker out here saying anti-white slurs like cracker. Okay, so let's just go ahead and read some more of the details. So they say, on Twitch, Piker is a left-wing provocateur. He spends hours every day talking about news and politics from a left-wing perspective with a healthy dose of clowning on conservatives thrown in. And Piker was banned after signing off from a December 13th stream where he discussed the word cracker following the ban of 2 of his moderators who used the word. And he said, quote, "I've been called a cracker more times than every single one of you fucking pasty little cracker bitches in my chat, okay?" Piker said during the live stream, "Stop crying about this fucking term, okay? Recognize that the person who is calling you a fucking cracker is literally powerless. They're doing it someone who's been historically oppressed, blowing off steam." Okay, so this is pretty much what I think this entire conversation boils down to, okay? I think all of this discourse can basically just be summed up in the fact that when people are having this discussion, especially when they're talking about the word cracker as a dichotomous comparison to the N-word, right? It's all summed up in the fact that people are openly, including in this article from Vice here, notice how they use the word cracker in the title. Now, would they ever use the actual N-word? No, of course not. They would put it in parentheses or quotations and they would say the N-word. And notice how every single person who is participating in this discourse, even people who claim to be offended by the word cracker, are not willing to even come out and publicly say the N-word. And there's a reason for that, okay? And I think it's a good reason, and it is because of exactly what Hasan Piker was just pointing out there. One of these words, cracker and the N-word, again, there's a reason why I'm not saying it right now, because one of these words, okay, has actual historical context attributed to it from the persecution and discrimination of black Americans throughout the history of the United States, okay? The word cracker literally is referring to a whip cracker, meaning former slave owners who would crack whips on slaves, okay? How is calling you a word that is, hearkening back to the slave era and from the perspective of the people who were in power at that time, white people, and then calling you a cracker right now as if that's equivalent to the N-word that has been weaponized for centuries in this country against black people and actually backed up by the systemic discrimination that white people in this country have not had to face to the same degree, okay? That's the key difference. That's the main difference that actually matters in this context. context, okay? That's why I can't take anybody who is getting offended or hyperventilating about the word cracker. That's why I can't take you motherfuckers seriously, okay? I'm white, believe it or not. Look at my skin. I happen to be a white guy myself. If somebody called me a cracker, okay, especially if like a black person came up to me, called me a cracker, first thought in my head would be, okay, what did I do to deserve that? Am I doing some fuck shit right now? Second thought would be to probably laugh at it because it's a completely unserious word. I cannot even imagine willing myself or forcing myself to get seriously deeply offended by somebody calling me a cracker. It doesn't have any weight attached to it, okay? I'm not going to be deeply offended by that. Why? Again, because white people in this country right now and historically have not had to face the same discrimination that black Americans have had to face. That's why, again, one of these words has weight, one of them does not, okay? Apparently, Twitch doesn't really give a shit about this dichotomy that actually exists, but they continue here with a little bit more details, saying that Twitch did not give an official reason for the ban and has not responded to a request for comment, and Piker confirmed in a Twitter DM that he'd been banned for 7 days for saying the word cracker, and this is Piker's third ban. Obviously, I'm sure you guys are aware of this, but Twitch also kicked him off the platform in 2019, famously for a week, after he said America deserved 9/11. Dude, fuck it. I'm saying it, okay? We know that. That's classic Hasan clips there. We know what he's been up to, but again, banning him for saying the word cracker, just completely fucking ridiculous, just absolutely laughable at face value. And he's not the only one. We also had, again, Vaush get banned in turn for saying the same exact thing. So this is basically what he posted on Twitter about this. And you see here the reason that they are giving for why he got banned: hateful slurs or symbols. Again, I get it if you're trying to, like, you know, make a semantic argument and be like, well, technically cracker is a slur. Okay, yeah, maybe, but it's not a comparable slur, okay? Again, there's a reason why people are able to come out and publicly say cracker like it's not a big deal, but you gotta say the N-word, okay? Again, one of those has weight, one of those does not. So putting these in the same category really, in my opinion at least, downplays how serious the history of the word, the N-word, has been weaponized in this country. It's downplaying that. It's giving it, less credibility and less weight to people who are actually being discriminated against by white people using that word in a racist context, okay? Cracker is not comparable, and including these in the same group is just absolutely ridiculous. But again, Vaush, okay, at least Hasan Piker knows that it was going to be 7-day ban for him. Vaush doesn't even know, okay? Apparently, this is an indefinite ban, so he doesn't even know when he's going to be allowed to stream again. Obviously, he's probably going to be moving on to YouTube, I'm guessing, but still just completely ridiculous. And I think Emma Vigilant had a good take on this that kind of summarizes why Twitch is doing this. She said, "These platforms are desperate to both sides. The racism, conservatives are intrinsically more likely to violate the terms of service," and that pretty much applies across all of these social media platforms, it just in addition to Twitch as well. But she continues saying that conservatives are intrinsically more likely to violate the terms of service, so tech overcompensates and cracks down harder with leftists. It's the same way cable news approaches issue framing. They manufacture a moral center. Okay, so that's exactly right. Okay, they're trying to play both sides, all right, as if there's some moral neutral ground between the N-word and cracker. There just isn't. Okay, and like she was pointing out there, this is not just unique to Twitch. Okay, this has been something that has been happening on other social media platforms as well. Typically, when they go after right-wing groups or right-wing people on these social media platforms, they always do it and try to level the playing field by, in many cases, unnecessarily going after left-wing content creators. We just saw this on Reddit not too long ago. Reddit bans r/the Donald, and then quickly after that banned r/Chapo Trap House as a part of a major expansion of its rules. We've also seen this on Twitter as well. Usually when you have a bunch of like white nationalist accounts that get banned, you also have a bunch of Antifa accounts or whatever it may be get banned in coordination. So listen, in an overall picture, this is just a lesson on the broader problems within the tech sector, broader problems within social media. But on just a more specific angle on this, I can't take you seriously, okay? If you are somebody, especially as a white person, who is getting deeply offended by somebody calling you a cracker, you gotta fucking reorient your priorities, okay? It's a complete joke. Neither of these guys deserve to be banned for this, okay? It's not comparable. It's a completely ridiculous conversation to be having, and I can't believe that this is something that has seriously become a part of the discourse, let alone gotten some of the most prominent leftist streamers banned from Twitch.